Okay, welcome to all, and thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. And out of respect for your time, we're going to keep this presentation as brief as possible while still providing, some information about this opportunity so you can make an informed decision about if you'd like to continue a conversation. This is an overview, so there will be no sales pitch. Don't worry about that. And although it would be inappropriate anyway at this time, I only mention it because I'm fairly confident many of you have sat through a sales pitch disguised as an overview. And that's not going to happen here. As well, I won't be taking any questions during this session, again, out of respect for your time, but I will be recording this, so if you'd like to come back and review it a couple of times, you can review it as many times as you'd like to. But I would say if you do have questions, I urge you to write them down and get on our calendar for a more detailed conversation. I'll be providing a link to do just that at the very end. Also, we realize that what you're going to hear about today is not a fit for every CPA. I mean, we get that, but only you can make that determination, and you can only make that determination after you hear what we've want to put in front of you here. But I will tell you that we work with CPAs all over the country, and in fact around the world, and we have found that what we're going to talk about today is not a distraction, but more of a natural progression to the advisory services most CPAs already offer. Yet I want to tell you there are 4 critical differences that make all the difference. First, this is about growth, not only for your clients, but for your firm. And second, you get paid monthly, which means you're going to have a recurring revenue stream from this. And third, it differentiates your firm from your competitors. And fourth, your firm will be empowered to provide done-for-you resources your small business clients want and need, and you'll be the only firm in your market that can. So we call that a market dominating position. And then my last point before we get started here is I'm going to reveal to you right here, right now during this presentation of what it's going to be is everything we're going to talk about here today is not new. It's proven by CPA partners all around the world that currently use our services and platforms to increase their own valuation multiples, and they've done so since 2008. So what we do is not new. It's only new to you. And with that, every opportunity comes down to 3 basic questions you have to ask yourself. What's the need? What's the solution? And how do I make money? And we're going to answer all 3 of those for you during this session. I'm going to do my best to keep this right around 15 minutes, so please hang with me if I go a minute or 2 over, as I'm trying to balance this between keeping it brief and talking too fast, because what we're going to be talking about here is a way to identify a forward-looking and timely opportunity for CPAs to not only add 6 figures of income to their top line, but to also prepare their practice for the future by differentiating it without the disruption normally associated with such an endeavor. Probably already well aware, small business owners or SMBs need guidance for a variety of reasons. We already know many of them are fighting for their very existence, and there are some that are wanting to tap into future potential and expand their market share, and yet there's even others that have a more mature business that are looking to increase the asset value of their business through consistent and predictable growth, especially when it comes to their profitability. They already know that that's the way to increasing valuation multiples when preparing an exit plan that obviously requires a sellable asset for a well-deserved and comfortable retirement. They're simply not clear on the steps required to get there, and they're losing valuable time. Regardless of the motivation, the need for guidance in a variety of areas is very real. And help to address the need is most often non-existent, especially in the local market, because the typical SMB network of professionals is not set up to offer proven growth advice or the detail of a strategic plan that focuses on growth and includes the steps necessary to attain it. So owners can't signal for help if they don't know what they need and they don't know help is even available. So owners have no single resource. If you think about it, it's pretty amazing. They have no single resource in their network that has a complete view of the business or an intimate understanding of how to achieve sustained growth. And they certainly don't have access to the deliverables to seamlessly make it happen. So how could owners signal for help if they don't know who to turn to? Therefore, the challenge for the vast majority of business owners is twofold. They don't know who they can trust for competent guidance that's comprehensive, proven, and of course affordable, as well as they don't know such guidance is even available, particularly, like I said, at the local level. That's why we're talking to you. CPAs already have experience in delivering advisory services. It's simply those services have been somewhat limited, at least historically, to cost-centric and compliance-driven capacities. So in their role as trusted advisors, CPAs have built relationships with the very clients that need the guidance. That clearly puts them in the best position to confidently expand their advisory services and offer credible programs and growth that will be well received. As such, CPAs can offer what we call the other side of the profitability coin by adding profit growth advice to their advisory services menu. Now CPAs have the opportunity to not only get paid for their advisory services, but to get paid what they're worth in a recurring fashion. From our 30 years of experience, what we've learned over and over is when business owners discover that expert profit growth advice is available, they gladly embrace it. We see it every day. We see it with our existing clients and prospects. The important point here is that this is a legitimate dovetail opportunity for CPAs that's a natural progression to what they already do for their business clients. And we supply CPAs with everything they need to add profit acceleration to their advisory services menu without a disruption or a long learning curve. And by the way, once a firm signs up with us, we don't offer our services to competitors in their market. We believe in integrity and doing the right thing. And we can't, in good conscience, provide you with a market-dominating position and then run down the street and do the exact same thing for all your competitors. It's not how we operate, and it is essential in providing our partner CPAs with value that differentiates their practice from every other firm in town. That's also why we are selective about the firms we work with. Just because a firm shows interest doesn't necessarily mean they're a fit for what we offer. Now, you're probably also aware that a desire for answers has been around a long time. In fact, that's what we hear more often than anything else. They want to know, how come we didn't find them 10 years ago? Owners need help now. They simply don't know help is available because they've been sold, quote, results, unquote, by media companies for so long that many believe making another sale is the only way to grow their business. And of course, while making another sale is always important, there's only so many hours in a day. And we have over 50 growth strategies that are proven and manageable, even for startups. We feel CPAs are in the best position to not only deliver the help business owners want and need, but CPAs will have all the tools to expand their reach to help even more owners, as well as differentiate their practice in tangible ways to create more value for their firm. Now, how often do you get the satisfaction of knowing you can make a real difference in the lives of others that impacts your own business growth positively and simultaneously? Now, here's a quote from CPA.com, and of course I know you don't need me to read it to you, but suffice it to say, they concur that for the vitality of your practice, for your long-term growth, and a competitive advantage, getting deeper into client advisory services is both desirable and a necessary strategy to build income and diversification. That means CPAs can fill a critical void for today's small business owners while simultaneously future-proofing their own practice. And CPA.com even has a name for it. They call it CAS 2.0. They believe successful CPA firms of the future must go beyond traditional services, and of course we concur. The days of providing compliance verification, producing financial statements, preparing tax returns, or even performing audits will be subjected to competition from artificial intelligence and more growth-centric firms. The purpose of this video presentation is to simply provide a 30,000-foot view of the need and how you can effortlessly provide the solution for SMBs without disruption or adding significant workload to your firm by reinventing the wheel. I mean, we've already done it. So as we mentioned, profit acceleration is a natural progression to what CPAs already do, and we make it turnkey for you to do just that. Okay, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, there might be a fit here, but how do I capitalize on this opportunity without losing sight of my core business or investing a bunch of time I don't have? Well, of course, that's a great question, and we have an answer. That's where the Davishar Group comes in. We've taken our decades of business consulting, media, marketing, sales, operations, and strategic planning, and we packaged all that content for easy, step-by-step, here's how you do it, instruction for the most basic of needs, all the way up to the equivalent of an MBA certification. But what makes us really unique is our focus on leveraging our proficiency in exponential growth along with an exit plan that many owners lack. And we'll even brand our content and the delivery platform to the CPA firm so it can be their own. It'll look like the CPA did what we did, and that's spend 10 years and $4 million to build an infrastructure to seamlessly satisfy demand that not only makes everyone more profit, but the synergy creates a market dominating position, or MDP as we call it, for the CPA that their competitors will envy. Oh yeah, and did we also mention that this income opportunity is serious? We are talking monthly recurring income equating to 6 figures annually or more year in and year out. We'll show you how a market dominating position drives more income. It's going to help you retain current clients. It makes business development a no-brainer and increases the valuation of your firm all at the same time. What could be better? Just one of the many differentiators CPAs benefit from when working with the Davishar Group is going to blow your mind. We're going to give you the ability to easily find a minimum of $100,000 for literally any business without the need for the business to spend another dime on marketing or advertising. Sound impossible? Yeah, we hear that a lot. Yet we do it every single day. Imagine if your firm could do this and do it in just 45 minutes using the client's historic figures, the client's personal projections, and industry averages where needed. How many current clients would ever leave you for a cheaper rate across town? If this ability was part of your onboarding package, how many new business prospects could you close? We currently have CPA partners that have dwarfed their accounting revenue with the revenue they now get from their advisory services offerings. We also employ a simple two-step process for finding not just revenue, but profit for your clients. The first step is to use our proprietary CPA tested and approved Profit Acceleration Simulator to analyze the client's business in 12 different categories based on the owner's feedback, with the potential to expand the analysis to a total of 40 areas most business owners either underestimate or completely overlook. And we keep our estimates ultra conservative. As you can see here, just 1.5%. Now this analysis, which takes only minutes to complete, is processed through 497 million weighted algorithmic sequences built into our software. It details by category exactly how small incremental adjustments to what many business owners already do, just implemented across multiple areas simultaneously, can result in huge profit impact. SMBs see real impact even in just 2 or 3 categories. Now the bottom line here is to illuminate potential so clients can see specifically how compounding their efforts relates to profit. It takes only minutes to assess, and the results are compiled instantaneously. You'll find the second step is even easier, and it's automatically accomplished with the click of a mouse. The optimized results are presented through a customized roadmap describing step by step how the additional revenue and profits can be realized. This leads to the logical conclusion based on real potential, not best case scenarios. The business owner can then make an informed decision as to whether to utilize our time-tested resources to guide them in achieving the targeted profit growth. So there's really no selling here. Since the business owner can now make an informed decision, they typically come to the conclusion on their own that they want to pursue the illustrated potential. And you will have an easy way through our platform to provide the guidance they need while they pay you monthly for each step so they stay on course and don't get overwhelmed. But don't get me wrong here. I want to emphasize we're not selling software. Our proprietary profit acceleration platform is simply the tool used in documenting real potential. Again, we're not interested in best case scenarios or needing all the planets to align to make growth happen. Just a click of the mouse provides the initial path to get there, and it's all based on the client's input. So it's their numbers, not ours, not yours. The roadmap saves CPAs valuable time in detailing growth, building plans, and implementing deliverables tied to proven content. Our job is to make this easy and painless for our CPA partners, and we support you in perpetuity at no additional cost. Now, this entire process is achieved through a licensing agreement with qualified CPAs. We provide access to all the essential tools and resources to enable delivery of unique, high quality, and cost-effective advisory services in exponential growth and profit acceleration for their respective SMB clients. So Davin Group supplies the expert content in a turnkey format. The CPA simply supplies the awareness of and the connectivity to that content for the client. So when clients are paying the CPA each month for content in which they can see tangible growth, why would they ever leave? And by the way, these resources enhance the firm's value proposition and increases client retention by providing what SMBs need most, profit growth. We've long known that goals based on revenue feed egos. It's profit that feeds families. And finally, you'll want to be confident that our CPA tested and approved platform is backed by professionals who've been around the block and around the world. Davin Group is an international professional services organization focused on providing profit acceleration advice and guidance to small to medium-sized businesses. It's what we've done every day with over 20,000 clients across 125 categories worldwide. Our experience in profit acceleration is a result of 10 plus years of research and development, coupled with 20 years of tested real-world practical application. As mentioned earlier, we've invested over $4 million in our platform and processes, so you can have confidence it's one of the most complete, tested, and trusted on the planet. We have a network of over 950 consultants and CPAs using this very platform, working with business clients in 29 countries. Yet we've also learned that demand indicates we've only scratched the surface. So we are seeking to expand our ability to reach more in-need small business owners by including additional qualified CPAs in our network. This creates a win-win-win for all involved, and that's what advisory services is all about. So if you want to learn more, let's see if there's a mutual fit. Help us help you help more clients and prospects. Follow the link below this video and complete our 2-minute pre-qualification survey. If it appears there's a potential match to work together, we'll reach out to you to advise of next steps in gathering more detail to help us both make informed decisions. Click the link below to get started. At the Davin Group, we hope you received some thought-provoking information to help you in contemplating this opportunity. Feel free to reach out to us on the survey form with questions regarding a fit for your firm. And we thank you for your time.